I wonder if I can mute my microphone.
Yeah, once
I
you.
can I can watch the chat box though, right? Can I?
Yep. You should be able
Okay.
to. All right, so we're live now, and what happens is right at the top of the hour, it opens up to everybody who registered, so you'll start seeing some names coming in
Okay.
on the right. Like I have my attendees, and I see Dana and Linda and Bill and Bruce. Awesome. Welcome, guys. Thanks for being here. And we are pretty much good to go. We'll give it just another minute or so to let folks get into the webinar room.
Yeah. Lou, you're on your own because I'm not used to this system.
That's all right.
I'm learning as we go here. But hey, welcome everybody. Here we are. I got to remember to look at the camera over here. Hey, I'm used to being able to hide. I actually tried to come here. Where's my brush? Yeah, well, I've lost my brush. Oh, there it is. There we go. See, my webinar you don't have to brush your hair for.
Yeah. Well, we're going to jump to the slides in a minute, so we'll both be off the hook because I don't really like being on camera, but I managed to clean up my counter a little bit enough and put my dad's Emmy back there to make it look impressive.
Yeah. Well, here's my messy office down here.
Yeah, you got your gold record.
I got my gold record right there. It's back there, and let's see here. You can see over here. I turned on some lights.
Oh yeah.
There's my green screen.
Awesome.
How's that for bad camera work? There's my desk that I sit in my background, and up here on the wall, I don't know if you can see that.
Oh yeah.
That's favorite band, my inspiration.
Yep.
There's my yellow submarine clock.
Awesome.
All right, let's put this back. Quit playing games here and get serious, folks. I'm so glad you're here. Lou is just one of the best. He's one of the good guys. He's an old television guy, but he's a young guy with lots of fresh ideas. You're going to learn a lot tonight, so I'm looking forward. I'm here as a student again. Old dogs have got to learn new tricks, and so, Lou, you're the man.
Thanks, Mike. Well, I always say you got me into this craziness, and I appreciate that. You're one of the first folks I followed online, so thank you for your mentorship and your help. And we're going to have fun. We're going to just share some stuff and some shortcuts. And I think what I'll do is, rather than have you have to look at us, I'll jump over to the slides and we'll jump right in. And feel free to pop in anytime with any questions. I'll keep an eye on the chat as questions come in. You guys can ask questions in the chat. Cliff says hi. Rex says hi. Telco says hello. So let me pop over to the slides and we'll just jump right in and get this thing moving.
All righty.
Let's see how this lovely Google Hangout works for us today. Aha! So now you should be seeing my slide that says Video Marketing Shortcuts. You seeing that?
We're seeing it.
Awesome. So that means we're good to go. Okay, I'm going to jump right in. It's Video Marketing Shortcuts, as we told you. Time-saving tips, tools, and hacks to help you crank out great video. I'm really committed, as Mike is, to helping you guys do video and also helping make it as quick and painless and stress-free as possible. So I'll tell you a quick little bit about myself. I think Mike and I do a lot of stuff together, so you may know me. And as Mike mentioned, I have a TV and radio background, and I worked at E! Entertainment Television back in the day, and spent 20 years in the TV industry, and then was online once and found this guy Mike Stewart doing video stuff and said, hey, that's cool, you can do online video, and the rest is history. So the goal here and the goal for teaching you through the next few minutes is for simple video. We want to keep this uncomplicated, and we want to make it so that video becomes something that's not stressful to do but actually fun and easy to do. So with that in mind, we're going to talk a little bit about why making great video is still kind of challenging for some folks, still kind of hard, and we're going to talk about ways to cut through all of that clutter and confusion so that you can get more videos done. I'm going to share some shortcuts, secrets, and hacks. I'm going to talk about dig a little bit deeper into YouTube to show you some stuff there that you may not know, and I'm going to share a few other tools and tips for you that hopefully will save you time And then at the end, we'll show you a way to crank out great videos in just 10 minutes a day. So if that sounds okay, Mike, I'm going to forge ahead.
Please do. I've turned off my camera so I don't have to look at the lens. So
All right.
I just want to welcome everybody here, and listen to Lou. Lou is a very experienced video guy, and I'm flattered that he said that I was inspiration for him to take his offline video talents to online. So just listen to what Lou has to say here. This is good information, and we appreciate everybody being here. So Lou, the stage is yours, and I'm going to be quiet. In fact, I'm going to mute my microphone so I don't make any noise. And if you need me, I'll be here.
All right, thank you. So we'll get right into it. I want to talk first about some of the challenges. I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs and small business owners, and ask them, where are you having trouble? What are the challenges? What are you seeing out there that is keeping you from getting ahead, from succeeding, from doing more business? And we want to make 2015 a great year. So let's tackle some of these challenges and see if we can get through them. And I think that the biggest one that I hear really is that there are so many tools out there and really not enough time to learn them all properly and to really kind of get your head around all the different tools that are out there. So as a result, we tend, and I'm just as guilty of this as anyone, but we tend to focus on gadgets instead of goals. So for that reason, it's become really easy to get overwhelmed and to get stuck and to get sort of into analysis paralysis. And we want to get through that. So I always encourage folks to kind of go back to basics and think about their goals and their objectives and not get too bogged down in all the gadgets, because at this point, the marketplace is really oversaturated with solutions and software and bells and whistles and bright shiny objects, and there aren't that many people that are teaching the basics like Mike and I, that just let's keep this simple, streamlined, and smart. Mike talks a lot about doing videos with iPads and iPhones, which I love. So there are times when you have to sort of say, okay, I've got all this software, I've got all these toys, but let's get back to basics and figure out how we're going to just make some great videos. So I'll ask, I won't make this a poll question to publicly embarrass anybody, but I'll ask, and I'm curious, and I suspect that a lot of folks on this call have been a customer or a purchaser of Video Maker FX or Simple Video Press or Video Audio Click or Tube Tracker or Explain Dio. I have to admit that I have purchased all of these things, some of them from Mike and some of them from other folks, because I love my toys and my software. But the other day I went to JVZoo to look at my purchases, and to be honest, I was kind of embarrassed to find that I have over 60 JVZoo products that I have purchased, many of which I have not opened yet. And the vast majority of them are video toys like Easy Sketch Pro and Tube Tracker and video script templates and all that good stuff, which is fine. I mean, it's wonderful to have these tools, and it does make video easier than ever. But it's also really, really easy to get overwhelmed. I mean, feel free to put in the chat if you have been guilty of this. Sort of buying frenzy and buying spree of all these awesome video products. And believe me, I promote them, I support them. So not necessarily a bad thing, but at some point you got to pick your tools and go with it. So I like to say that tools without tactics are trash. You really got to pick one or two, or okay, maybe three, and go with it. And just say, all right, you know what, I really like Powtoon, or I really like Easy Sketch Video. I'm going to work on that for a while. So my advice to save time is to not try and learn every single software there is out there, but to find your favorites, find the ones that work for you, and go for that. Now, there is a ton of clutter out there and a ton of ways to get distracted. So my suggestions for that, what I do with my clients, is to create a plan for every video that you're going to create. You want to have some kind of plan or objective, because knowing your goal going in is going to save you a ton of time. And I've been the poster child for this. I've been guilty of diving in to the newest, latest, coolest software and starting to play with it, and then realizing, like, well, why am I making this video other than to use the software? I really need to have a strategy here. I really need to have a goal. So when you're doing your videos, think of what's the goal of that particular video and what's the best tool to make that happen. So you always want to try and streamline and simplify the process so that the next time you do it, it gets easier and easier. And prep time definitely saves production time. I know that old saying that an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and the same is true with any kind of online video. Really, the more prep time you can put into it, the more production time you're going to save, and that can be anything from, you know, scripting to storyboarding to just planning out what you're going to do and what you're going to say in your videos. So also think about off-camera options. I mean, I know you know, on-camera is kind of the default, but many of these tools that are out there do allow you to create some pretty cool off-camera videos or animated videos. So you know, certainly wouldn't write those off. That's definitely a good option for creating video. You want to use as many free online resources as possible, and I'll share a few of those with you in a moment. And as far as the free online resources go, I'm a big believer in sort of low-hanging fruit, and you know, sort of going for the path of least resistance. So I want to share with you, as we continue here, a couple of free resources that you can use, and also, you know, go low tech when you can. I know I use my iPhone and iPad as Mike teaches for video. So you know, that's a lot easier in my mind than getting some complicated, high-tech, expensive camera. So you know, if it's possible, and if you can do the job just as well with less technology, then do that. Also, you don't know what you don't know. Sometimes you're going to get into this stuff or into this software and realize that it may be a little trickier than you thought, and that's okay. I mean, it's you're going to learn as you go, and you're not expected to know everything, and it's impossible to keep up with all the new stuff that's out there. If you feel like you are a bit overwhelmed, a coach or an accountability partner might be able to help you. I've sort of, even though I do a lot of video, I have a small mastermind group, and I tell them to hold my feet to the fire and keep me accountable for doing videos and making sure that I'm cranking that stuff out. So that's always helpful. And then, of course, the old adage, which I say in all my webinars and all my teaching, which is done is better than perfect. There's a certain point at which you have to say, this has got to just get done and out there. And, you know, at some point you got to say, this is good enough to get the job done. And by the way, and I think Mike mentioned this earlier, but all of these Google Hangouts that are done with Webinar Jam are automatically recorded and will be sent out to you as a replay. So if you miss anything or you want to review anything, all of this is recorded via Google and Google Hangouts and will be sent to you by Webinar Jam.
And Lou, I will interrupt real quick. I'm watching the chat box because I'm kind of getting how this Webinar Jam thing works, and I'm answering questions. So if you post your question in the chat box, I'll be glad to answer it.
Awesome.
So anyway, I won't interrupt again. I don't think that's my iPhone. Yeah, it must be. All right, bye. Okay,
no problem. Yeah, and I know sometimes if you're watching this on an iPad, you know, it can be a little blurrier, but and it has, you know, it might. I'm just showing slides here, which are the resolution is nice and clean on my end, but it's just sometimes it depends on the connection and what you're watching on. But we will forge ahead with the content, and I do want to reiterate another. I'm throwing in these little tips, time-saving tips here and there, and again, I alluded to this earlier, but know your why going in. In other words, what's the goal of the specific video that you're creating? And you know, it seems simple enough, but it's easy to get lost in the shuffle. And if you know why you're creating that video, it's usually a lot easier and quicker to produce that video. So, and again, don't overthink it. I know I sound like a broken record here, but sometimes less is more. Sometimes simple is better, and it always helps if you have, or if you're able to create some kind of a process or a system. And I know a lot of folks talk to me and they say, oh, I really want to do video, but I don't have the right lights yet, or I don't have green screen yet. You don't necessarily need all that stuff to get started. Again, as Mike will be the first one to tell you, use your smartphone, use your iPad. I mean, obviously, you have to have, or you want to have a YouTube or a Vimeo account, and then find a spot or a location to shoot your videos that you can use anytime without a lot of setup. So a lot of times I'll just sit in front of my computer, my Mac, with my camera that's built in, and just use that. And it's not the fanciest background or the greatest setup, but it's quick and painless, and I can crank out video pretty quickly. So keep it simple, don't overthink it, and just try and find the simplest way to get the job done. The other thing I talk about a lot is finding your video sweet spot. And what I mean by that, I think everyone has their own particular video sweet spot. And essentially what that means is you want to find the easiest and most effective video platform for you, or the type of video that works best for you. Now, in some cases, that may be an on-camera talking head video. In other cases, it may be video interviews or things that you can do with Google Hangout. If you like to do interviews, if you like to interact with other folks on your webinars, then a Google Hangout might be your video sweet spot. You might find that you really enjoy banging out quick tips, a quick video series for YouTube or your blog. I do quite a bit of that. Or it could be animated videos or sketch videos, or maybe you really like certain software or a certain app like Adobe Voice, and that's fine. Maybe that's your sweet spot. I tend to do a lot of PowerPoint to video because I do webinars and a lot of teaching, and for me, I prefer not to be on camera. I'd rather share slides and share information this way. So when people say, well, what's your video sweet spot? Typically for me, I like to do PowerPoint to video. And of course, there's always screencast and Camtasia and screen capture. So the point here is to find the type of video that works best for you, and find the type of video that you most enjoy doing and what's easiest for you, because that's what is going to make you do more video and make you do better video. If you try and fit a square peg into a round hole, it's just going to be frustrating. So find your video sweet spot, find that easiest and most effective video platform for you. I also want to make a quick distinction between what I call quick videos and keeper videos, because a lot of times people say, well, this video has to look really good, or this video maybe isn't quite as important. So I like to make the distinction between quick videos and keeper videos. And quick videos I would define as things that you're doing on the fly, something maybe where the production value isn't quite as important. It's really more important to get the content out there, and the message is what matters. And that can be anything from a quick tips series or video tips that you upload to YouTube. It could be video testimonials, which are often done at events or seminars. So again, they may not be the greatest quality, but the content is important, and you're sort of doing them on the fly. Same with on-the-go videos done at events, or mobile videos. Those are usually quick videos. Maybe you're not as concerned with the quality. Maybe you're doing them with an iPhone, and that's totally fine. And the same with Hangouts and webinars. I mean, this is still a relatively new technology, so I would consider Google Hangouts a quick video, because you really can fire it up anytime and for free be webcasting in a matter of minutes. On the other hand, keeper videos, or videos that are going to have some shelf life, these are the ones I would suggest you spend a bit more time on. Those videos like on your home page. Videos on your home page are, I like to call those welcome videos or first impression videos. So that's going to be something, again, where you might want to spend a little bit more time on it. Product demos. Anything where you're talking about a product or a service is something that you're going to want to have more of a keeper video. Maybe it's got some shelf life. Maybe it's going to be on your page for a while. A sales video, sales page video, you want that to look a little bit better. And again, this can be on camera, it can be animated, it can be using any of the tools that we talked about. And if you are a speaker, for instance, and you're doing a speaker reel, um, that's something that I would also consider a keeper video. Keeper video is something that maybe it's going to be on your site for a while. You want it to look good. You want to spend a little bit more time on it. So I did want to make that distinction between, you know, quick videos and done is better than perfect versus keeper videos. So now I will talk a little bit about YouTube and hopefully share some things about YouTube that maybe you don't know and some lesser known tips and tricks. And I do want to kind of start with the fact that YouTube has recently surpassed Facebook as the #1 top social network, meaning they have the most unique monthly visitors of any social platform. So YouTube now boasts 900 million unique monthly visitors per month, which surpasses Facebook. It far surpasses Twitter and LinkedIn and Google Plus and Pinterest. So I'm a big social media fan, and I'm not dissing the other social networks, but YouTube is still the 800-pound gorilla and still the king when it comes to social networks. So it really cannot be ignored. And I want to share with you some YouTube hacks or shortcuts, if you will. And I'm going to share a few more details on all these, but I'll give you a quick summary here. And the first is to use upload defaults, and I'll show you a screenshot of that. But essentially what you can do in YouTube is set some defaults so that every time you upload a video, the description is auto-filled and the keywords are auto-filled, so you don't have to recreate the wheel every time. You can also add a 3-second branded intro to all your videos, and I'll show you a screenshot of that. That can be really helpful for branding. You can add that quick little intro, maybe it's just a logo or a title, to all of your videos. You can now add what's called featured content, which is essentially a free ad in your videos that will direct people to another video that you've created. The use of end cards or end slides to keep viewers engaged are becoming really popular. That's really more of a kind of a advanced strategy, but I'll talk a little bit about that. And as you probably already know, you can utilize playlists, YouTube playlists, to organize and curate your videos. So if you want to organize your content into a series of tips, or if you have several videos about a particular subject, you can now organize those into playlists. And of course, a lot of folks forget that an easy way to edit video is just to use YouTube's free online editor. And I know I also forget too that you can do a lot within YouTube Analytics. YouTube gives you a ton of research and insights into the performance of your videos. So all you have to do is go to YouTube Analytics and check that out. So let me show you a couple screenshots of what I'm talking about here. And the first is called Upload Defaults. So if you go to your channel and you scroll down on the left-hand side to where it says Upload Defaults, you can set the defaults for videos that you upload, and that way when you upload videos you've already got some text or copy in there to start with. So if I know, for instance, that the vast majority of my videos are going to be public and that the category is going to be how-to and style, I can set all those defaults so I don't have to set them every single time I upload a video. So it's a great way to save time, especially if you want to add a generic description or add your keywords. So every time I upload a video, for example, I've already got my part of my description in there, and I just have to go in and tweak it for the individual video. I've also got keywords and a few other things that I can check off just to make every time I upload the video, I don't have to go in and set or reset all this information every single time. So there's a quick time-saving tip. Another one is that 3-second intro that YouTube now allows you to add to your videos, which is kind of cool. And again, you go under your channel and you go to branding, and that's where you can create and select a video to use as the intro to all of your other videos. And this will automatically be added to your videos as a quick little branded intro. So on the right-hand side, you can see where it says apply to. I have it applied to all my uploads. You can have it set so that it doesn't go on every single video that you do. But I figure it's only 3 seconds. It gives people a sense of, who I am, and it's just a quick little animated video. And they only give you 3 seconds. It's not a lot of time. I tried to cheat it to 4 or 5, but they only give you 3 seconds. So you can create a quick little 3-second intro or slide, put it at the beginning of all of your videos, and just another way to create some branding on your YouTube videos. Another thing that I like to look at is end cards and annotations. And an end card is essentially a slide or an end card that you put at the end of your video to help guide your viewer to other videos or to other calls to action that you may want them to take. And I like to use my pal Jimmy Fallon and The Tonight Show as an example of this, because they do an excellent job with their YouTube channel and with their YouTube account. They create end cards for their videos. So at the end of a video, it's going to encourage you to watch other videos or subscribe to their channel or to look at more clips. And all of these call-outs here are actually annotations. So that means that they have gone in and created the slide and put overlays or annotations on them. So when you click on more clips from tonight's episode, you'll go to more clips from tonight's episode. And when you click on subscribe, you'll be subscribed to the Tonight Show channel. So they do an excellent job with end cards. It is a bit more of an advanced strategy because it does require a little bit of work. Because you have to actually create the card, but you can do that in PowerPoint or Canva and then add that to your video. And it's just a great way to make those links interactive and to make them live links back to other parts of where you want to direct people. And also on the right-hand side, just sort of as a side note, you can see how effectively the Tonight Show uses playlists. They take different skits and different features and then they put them all into playlists. So if you want to see their thank you note skits, which they do every Friday night, you can just go to the thank you note playlist and see a whole bunch of them rather than having to search through different videos. So that's a little bit more of an advanced strategy, but really, really effective. All right.
Lou,
Yes.
I got to jump in here, and I kind of made a comment to the whole group here.
Yeah.
You know, I have really been watching Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Because he is really a master of network television combined with using the power of Twitter, social media, and
Absolutely.
I mean, you know, they're using YouTube to build such a massive following, and folks, this annotations thing is one of the most underutilized things for web traffic. One of the other things that you did mention here, and I got to bring in, is that when you associate a YouTube channel with your website, those annotations can be clickable links to your website, and you can get traffic.
Exactly.
So, you know. So anyway, this is powerful. Whether you're a local brick and mortar business or you're an online coach, this is great stuff. I can't help it. I got to throw my 2 cents in when I see something important.
No, I'm glad you did.
Okay.
Thank you, because and I'm that's why I love to use these guys as a case study, just because they do such a good job with it. And they take advantage of those things like annotations and playlists and even custom thumbnails, which is, that you can get lost in that. But if you take a quick look at the lower right-hand side, you can see that they create custom thumbnails so that you can look real quick and see, okay, that's the video with Billy Crystal, or that's the Tonight Show episode with Seth Rogen. So they do a good job with all that stuff. They take the time to do the extra effort, and it pays off because in many cases, and I think Mike will find this ironic too, they get more views on their YouTube videos than they had viewers on the show, which is unbelievable. I mean, they get, in some of these videos, they get 3, 4, 5 million views, which is just crazy. So you can emulate that stuff from the Tonight Show. Another thing that's relatively new to YouTube is called featured content, and that's really just basically almost like a little ad or banner that pops up at the end of your video that will promote another video of yours. So while somebody's watching your video, at the end, another little tab will pop up that say, hey, if you like this video, you might also like that one. and you can select which video they see, and you can also select when that little ad pops up, and you do that under featured content. Again, another opportunity to customize the experience for your viewers and also promote other videos that you have. All right, hold on just a second. We'll go to the next one here. And the next one is YouTube Analytics, which is an often overlooked you know, feature that YouTube has. They give you just a treasure trove of insights and information on the performance of your videos. And if you really look into this, you can figure out where your viewers are coming from. You can figure out how long people are watching videos. You can figure out how long people are staying with your videos. In this example here, I can see that my average view duration is 1:30 seconds. So that tells me if I'm doing 3-minute videos and people are only watching half of them, maybe I should do shorter videos, or maybe I should try and keep my videos under 1:30 seconds. You can find traffic sources, you can find number of views, even down to the state, like, you know, okay, where am I, why do I have so many video viewers in California or whatever, but you can really look at that and use it to improve your future videos with all the free analytics that YouTube gives you. And finally, the YouTube editor, which you can use in a pinch. I know, you know, Mike's not a fan. Actually, I'm not a huge fan of YouTube either, but if you don't have iMovie on an iPad, if you don't have Final Cut Pro, if you don't have an easy editor, you can always use YouTube as a fallback just to do some quick basic editing, whether it's trimming your videos or adding some text to them, things like that. And of course, you can also add those annotations, which are becoming so important. So, you know, just remember that YouTube does have an online editor if you're in a pinch, and if you just need to clean up your videos or maybe combine a few of your videos into a new longer video, you can do that in the YouTube editor. All right, and I want to also mention a couple of offline editing solutions, well, actually online, but off of YouTube. And the one that I gravitate towards is WeVideo, WeVideo.com. It's an online editor that works on a Mac or a PC. So if you don't want to use YouTube, if you don't have an iPad with iMovie, it is another option and another way to edit your videos. You know, very intuitive, very user-friendly. They do have a free version, so you don't have to necessarily invest in expensive editing software. And it's just another good way to edit your videos and enhance them and make them look better using this online editor, which doesn't matter whether you're on a Mac or a PC. And the thing I like about WeVideo.com is they have several styles or templates so that you can enhance the look of your video, and you can kind of give it a style or a template and apply a template to it so that you can just give it a whole different look. So that's just something you may want to take a look at and experiment with because it is online, and again, it doesn't matter if you're on a Mac or a PC. Another quick saving tip, again, find your favorite tools and use those most often. There are, you know, dozens of online video editors out there and a lot of different ways to do it, but you really have to find what works best for you, whether that's iMovie on an iPad or whether it's WeVideo or YouTube's editor. I happen to use Final Cut Pro because I'm on a Mac and I do a lot of editing. But find your favorite tools and use those most often. Don't always be looking for the holy grail of the next tool, because there's always going to be a new tool out there. I see a quick question from Linda. Does WeVideo have end cards? End cards are actually something that you have to create after the fact in PowerPoint or somewhere, so that you're basically adding a slide to your video that you can then add annotations to. I'll give you a quick look also at a couple of my favorite tools, and I know Mike's a fan of these as well, and I think Mike introduced me to Adobe Voice. But VideoMaker FX, you know, one of the big software launches from last year, you know, still really reasonable and still a great way to create animated videos, whether you're doing sketch videos or type videos or character videos. You know, I find myself using it a lot because it's easy and it works. I'll also tell you a little bit more about Adobe Voice, which is free software for the iPad. I think, as I mentioned, I think Mike actually first introduced me to that, and I love it. I use it all the time because it's free, it's easy. It allows you basically to narrate a story or a video and then match photos or images or text with your voice to create a video. It's very simple, it's very intuitive. You can upload your own images, you can use images or icons that Adobe Voice provides you with, and I'm still amazed that it's free because it's just a really fun, easy way to create videos. And they have many different styles and templates that you can use as well. And then finally, there's Powtoon, which is a little more pricey. Every once in a while they have a special on it, but it is still a great, fast, fun, flexible way to create animation. And they have a lot of different themes and templates and a lot of different kind of characters. So again, you know, a few years ago it would have taken a team of animators and expensive software to do all this, and now with Video Maker FX or Adobe Voice or Powtoon, you can crank them out pretty quickly. All right, let me share a few other tools before we wrap up and see if there are any other questions here. And again, these are going, you know, like a little step further, but they can be time-saving tools and really helpful tools to use. And I'll give you a screenshot of each one. The first is ViewBix, which I often use for video hosting. Another one is MailView, which I use for video email. And last, we'll take a quick look at Canva, which I know everyone loves as a free, easy-to-use graphics software. And ViewBix I've been using lately to host my videos that I don't necessarily want to host on YouTube, but especially if I want to really customize the player and control the environment and the look and the feel of the videos. Because the cool thing about ViewBix is you can add what they call apps, or basically overlays, to your videos to make them more customized. So you can add interactive elements and create a custom video player. So for instance, I have a 10-minute video trainer program, and when I upload the video to ViewBix, I can add interactive elements like a tab where folks can sign up for a free coaching session with me, or I could put coupons in there, or images, or links. So they really give you a lot of flexibility to be able to really customize that video and that video player. The other nice thing about it is that you can also create galleries. So if you have groups of videos, or if you have a series of videos, you can put those all on one page in ViewBix and make it easy for people to find those videos. So basically what this does is it saves me the trouble of putting all this stuff into a membership site or a special software, because I can just put my videos or my video series into ViewBix and direct the viewers there. And again, you have to have the link, obviously, so it's or you can password protect it so that you can keep that just for members or just for people who have purchased the videos. So again, I know I've been through several different kinds of membership software. I do a lot of things where I sell products or put videos into software, and I've kind of switched from doing that to using a combination of lead pages and ViewBix. So for example, this is a lead page template, and I'll just put all the videos into this lead page template and then link them to the video on ViewBix. So rather than having to invest in some kind of membership software, I can just use a combination of what I already have, which is lead pages and ViewBix, and do it that way. So I'm all about trying to save time and make things easy. So another cool tool that I use quite a bit is mailview.com, which I use for video email. And there are a lot of different video email software out there, but again, I like this one because it's really quick. I can just fire up my webcam, as they say here, click record and send. I use the free version of mailview.com, and this can be really effective for especially if you're coming back from a conference and you collected some business cards and you don't want to just do the usual email. It gives it a personal touch. It's a lot more engaging. It's a great way to connect with your prospects and clients. Very informal and really as easy as hitting record and then sending the video out as a video email. If you prefer a different option for video email, you can also look at vsnap.com or bombbomb.com. Those are paid services. MailView I like because it has a free version and it works really well. So I do quite a bit of video email to do follow-ups and things like that, especially if you don't want to leave a voicemail or if you don't want to do a traditional email. And lastly, this is really not so much a video tool, but you can certainly use it to help you, is canva.com, which I'm a big fan of. Again, free software, canva.com. Great graphics software, really easy to create, gives you the opportunity to create all kinds of different graphics. And as you can see on the top here, they give you some templates to begin with, so you can do an email header or a Facebook cover or an Instagram post. They have Google Plus covers, things like that. And I use these to create graphics that I put on Facebook. I use them also to create custom thumbnails for my YouTube videos. So rather than just putting up, hey, come to this webinar on your Facebook page, you can create a quick little graphic with designs and photos that Canva provides, or you can upload your own artwork and then just drop text on top of it. So it's a very easy to use tool. Again, it's free to use. If you decide to use some of their photos, they charge like $1 each for them, so very reasonable, and just a great way to create different graphics, and especially if you want to create custom thumbnails, because YouTube allows you to create custom thumbnails, which can be really effective in helping people find your videos. So if you just do a quick little screenshot rather than settling for the thumbnails that YouTube gives you, you can create a custom thumbnail in Canva and use that as your thumbnail on YouTube. Let's see how we're doing on time here. And again, if you still feel like you're overwhelmed, there's just so many tools out there, you're not quite sure how to navigate them all, you can always find a mentor or an accountability partner or take a self-study course to rule your tools. So speaking of self-study courses, we're wrapping up here, but I do want to mention a course that I have created that I'm really proud of, that again, if you're looking to ramp up your video efforts and really kind of get a grip on everything from YouTube optimization to Google Hangouts, I created a quick, really easy course called 10-Minute Video Trainer. It's designed to be really fast and simple. The lessons are all 10 minutes, and you can do them over the course of 10 days. There's 10-minute lessons plus bonus tutorials, checklists, cheat sheets, all kinds of fun stuff, but really made to get you up and running quickly without a lot of stress, and try and make this fun and easy rather than stressful and difficult. You can find this at loubortone.com/Mike10, or if you go to the pop-ins section, this is one of the things I like about Webinar Jam, you can actually see that and buy it right from here. If you go to the right-hand sidebar and go to pop-ins, you should see a little ad, or what they call a pop-in for 10-Minute Video Trainer, which sells for $147, but on the webinar is $97. So again, I am of the philosophy that you don't need 25 modules or 50 hours of content, and you certainly don't have time for hours and hours of lessons and all kinds of technical stuff that you don't need to know. It doesn't have to take a ton of time. It doesn't have to cost thousands of dollars to learn video or to up-level your video presence. You can do it all with something like this, 10-Minute Trainer. It's 10-minute video lessons plus PDF slides, lovely little 10-day success calendar, so if you decide you want to do this over the course of 10 days, it includes checklists, cheat sheets, a private Facebook group, And other longer bonus video tutorials, I've got video tutorials on Adobe Voice and on Google Hangouts and on YouTube optimization. So you can go to the yellow Add to Cart button on the right-hand side, or you can just go to thebortone.com/Mike10. And I designed this to be kind of a 10-day program where you can just really quickly, in a few minutes a day, second day is video studio setup, and day 3 is video scripting, day 4 video taping, day 5 video editing. So we go through all these little by little, and all the really important stuff you need to know to get up and running quickly with video. So again, video production can be really streamlined and stress-free if you have a system and if you follow the right, the right classes. So this is my course. Again, I'm very proud of it. My newest course. You can save $50 today on Mike's webinar and get it for $97 at thebortone.com/Mike, or on the right-hand side if you go to Pop-ins and check out the offer there. And I'll see if Mike wants to add anything here, and then I'll go back and see if there are any questions.
Well, Lou, these are all great tips. You have really, it takes all kinds of perspectives to get people to do the one thing that makes video not happen: procrastination.
Yep.
I mean, I fight procrastination on a daily basis. It's easier to put off to tomorrow what you should be doing today.
Yeah.
And so the thing is tools are tools are tools. The reason I fell in love with the iPad is I saw more people be successful with an iPad. It's not that you can't make video with all the tools that you talked about.
Yep.
Is Vimeo better than Vubix? No, they're just tools. They're systems. So the thing is whatever it's going to take for you to fight procrastination and start making it a priority to do video. Because Citrix came out with a statistic, I'm sure you know about it, Lou, but if you don't, I'm going to tell you that by 2016, 86% of the content going through the internet is video.
Yep.
I mean, that's how powerful it is. Television is now being transmitted through the internet, and it's being received on mobile devices. So the reality is that never before in the history of television has an individual had the ability to communicate with human beings all over the world and broadcast video content. And video content is much more compelling and more powerful and has higher response rates than any other content. So I don't think we have to prove that. But what happens is you get bombarded with all these tools and all these ways of doing it, nothing gets done. So if this is the catalyst to get you past the procrastination, then great. And here's what I'm going to throw in for a bonus that Lou didn't even know about. I have a course called Instant Video Blogger, which one of the things, in fact, I spent all morning consulting a local business here who just went, wow, I didn't know I needed to be doing this. I didn't know I needed to be making a video, putting it on YouTube, configuring it properly, then repurposing that video in my WordPress site, and then sending that WordPress site to Facebook. I didn't know. Well, that's what this course is about. And anybody that takes Lou's offer, you email me. And in fact, I'm going to go in the chat box here, and I'm going to give everybody, or you can tell people, I'm telling you, Mike at Internet Audio Guy. That is my real email address. That's not a help desk. That is not me hiding from anybody. You say, you know what, I got on board because of Lou, then I'll give you access to my Instant Video Blogger course, which I've sold hundreds of it online. Maybe some of you already have it. If you do, I'll make it right to you in another way. For $100, if this gets you out of whatever the blocking is, then that's what this is all about. Lou is a great guy, a talented guy. I know a lot about internet video, but I don't know everything. And that's why I love getting with other colleagues like Lou, because it makes me see things that he saw, obviously, and I missed, and vice versa. So anyway, that's my bonus.
Thank you. That's awesome.
If you email me, now I'm going to tell everybody, in the morning I'm going to be gone for 7 days. I'm going on something called the Marketer's Cruise, and my email will be down. So if you act tonight, I'll make sure that you get access to the bonus. Otherwise, I'll send that bonus to Lou, and you'll have to contact his support to get the bonus because I'll be gone until February 2nd. But listen, thank you for a great presentation. If people want to put questions in, I'm here as long as you want to be, Lou, because I want to take care of folks.
Yeah, absolutely. And
And
thank you for that bonus. That's awesome. And that's the thing. It's it's really just a matter of committing to doing it. And I had a lot of people in January say, this is the year I'm going to do video. It's like there's no reason not to. It's really become the way we communicate, the way we share, the way we sell, and it's not going away. So the sooner you kind of get up and running with it, find the tools that work for you, and then just go out and do it. And I like what you said about that now anybody really with a webcam and an internet connection can be a broadcaster, because back in the day when I was working in TV and you were in the business, you had to be a big network to be able to do any of this stuff. I mean, you didn't have access to millions of people through a Google Hangout, and now with an iPhone, an iPad, a Google Hangout, you've got the power to do all this and get out there and get your message out to the world.
That's exactly it, and that's what I sincerely want for everybody that that stays on my email list. I don't send out these products or webinar invites to you folks unless I think it's of benefit, and whatever it takes to get people to get through that procrastination block or that overwhelm block, or that I should have done this, I should be doing this. What's holding you back? It's not that time consuming. It's just making the decision that I'm going to communicate with people through the internet. And I mean, that's what I was, when you were showing the Jimmy Fallon example, I mean, you're talking about a major network that has all these resources, and they're using the very same tools that you can use, and they're making they're making the popularity of that show. It's funny too. I was a fan of David Letterman, and I watched Letterman, and he's so technophobic. He's so no wonder he needs to retire, because he doesn't get it. Don't let that be you. I mean, I'm almost Letterman's age, and I'm excited about the new stuff. It's all about taking action. It's all about not being overwhelmed. It's all about having the resources to say, okay, what is the path to cut through the clutter and get something done? And my gosh, if it hadn't been for online video, I wouldn't know Lou Bortone. I wouldn't know Wal Gifford, who's here tonight. I wouldn't know Sean LaFave. I mean, these are friends, people that I care about, and online video is how I've built these relationships with people all over the world. And if you'd have told me that was possible 30 years ago, I'd say, no way. How is that going to be possible? Well, here it is. I used to read Dick Tracy comic books, a comic strip in the Sunday papers. I don't know if you remember that, Lou.
Yep.
And he used to have a television set on his wrist.
Right.
And I remember as a kid thinking, that'll never happen in my lifetime. Well, it's here.
Yeah.
It's here. So anyway, Cliff says he's on board. Thank you, Phil. Just as a buddy of mine, Jeff Herring, says, get this stuff, go use the stuff. Now, do we have any other questions?
Let me take a quick look here.
Roy says, are we going to have a replay? Let me tell you something. If you registered, I promise you Lou will send you a replay so you can review this, because that's the beauty of Hangouts. Now, we usually always record webinars the way I'm used to doing them through GoToWebinar, but this Webinar Jam thing has been pretty interesting. I'm pretty impressed, Lou.
Yeah, it's really easy. It's streamlined. It gets you the replay automatically, and it also puts it up onto your YouTube account, so it becomes a video on YouTube as well. Pretty cool.
Wal Gifford, who is a good guy, he says that me and you are the real deal, and he says he's been a customer of mine for almost 10 years. I met Wal in Australia.
Wow.
He's a pilot for a New Zealand airline. He's in Hong Kong right now watching us. Good Lord, and what time is it in Hong Kong? But he's saying it's a no-brainer for you guys to get this. So anyway, thanks for that endorsement. And Rex, my buddy Rex, I'll tell you what, people who are saying I owe them a bonus, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going in the chat box, and I'm believing you that you bought it, and I will put the bonus right now privately to anybody who goes and gets it right now. So I know Rex Weinhardt. I can find Rex Weinhardt if he's fibbing to me. So anyway, hey, there you go, Rex.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. And again, it's funny because I was in a hotel room in Chicago watching an infomercial for something called a workout called the 10-minute trainer, and I said, you know what? I'm going to do that with video because why shouldn't it be simple? And I'm going to do these 10-minute lessons and make it really easy and give people no excuse not to do this. So hopefully, if you've been on the fence, maybe this will push you over and you'll be able to start doing some cool video stuff.
Hey, I've got people saying I'm buying this, and I'm just pasting the link to the people that are coming on board.
Awesome, thank you. So yeah, thanks again, Mike. I appreciate you having me on here and for throwing in the awesome bonus. And we both want the same thing. We just want folks to be able to build their business and get their message out there with video because it's easier than it's ever been.
Well, I'm still seeing some questions here. This is a good question, Lou. Dennis says, are all these tools for the iPad only? Because a lot of my folks know that I have been, really pushing the iPad, and here's the reason I push the iPad. You can work on it offline. It's portable. You can ladies can put it in their purse. It runs all day on a charge. And a lot of the tools that you showed tonight are online tools, like the video editor, Powtoon. Yep. Some of those require a computer. I don't know how iPad-friendly Powtoon is. Mm-hmm. And so what it is Lou is telling you, hey, there's all these tools. They're simple. They're easy. But some work on computers, and some work on the iPad. Some don't work on either or. So you just have to learn what's what. Yeah.
And I like to use stuff that, again, YouTube is cross-platform, WeVideo is cross-platform, Canva doesn't matter if you're on an iPad, or they even have Canva for the iPhone. So most of these, are now, it's in their best interest to create apps and tablet apps and things like that. So most of them can be used pretty much anywhere.
I'm posting the purchase link. We had a couple people say, put the link back up there.
Oh, great.
I don't know why it didn't make it clickable. Well,
yeah,
I'll do it again without text. Well, it doesn't want to be
clickable to me.
Well, maybe it's clickable. Well, I put it up there twice. What the heck?
Right. Thank you.
Any other questions? Because if we've almost gone an hour here, and I want to respect your time as well, Lou. You're just the best, Lou. I wish you were on the cruise with us tomorrow, but I'll see you at the NAMS convention. I'm not going to turn the camera on here because I don't need to scare anybody. We'll just leave this. The slide up here. In fact, I'm going to tell everybody about a new app that I just found that will just be another little bonus here, and I'm going to put the.
I'm going to click that one too. Oops. Still there? I don't know if we can hear Mike again anymore, but maybe he got pumped off. Let me just take a quick look and see. All right, I don't know if Mike might have got bumped off at the last minute here, but again, thank you so much for being here. Mike is going to send you his bonus link if you purchased. I'm going to send him a quick list of folks who purchased so that you can get his bonus as well. Rest assured, we'll take care of you. Software package that I use to talk with PowerPoint slides. Deborah has a quick question here about PowerPoint slides. I use ScreenFlow for the Mac. And you can also use, the one I think you're referring to, though, is Adobe Voice, which is an iPad app. So I think Mike might have gotten bounced off his own webinar here. So I'll wrap things up. And thank you again for being here and for attending. I really appreciate it. Oh, you're back?
Yeah.
We lost you for a sec.
Yeah, let me tell you something. You think you know what you're doing, you can hit the wrong button. So I apologize, folks. So I was going to tell you about a great new app, and then we'll let everybody go here. I lost all my chats, but okay. Jean says she's on board. So Jean, don't hang up. I'm going to give you your bonus link here, or you can email me, Mike at Internet Audio Guy. But have you heard of Nomia?
No, Nomia.
Okay. All right. Well, you've heard of Camtasia.
Yep.
Well, Nomia is built by the Camtasia folks.
Ooh.
and it is going to be a video deal changer for training and all kinds of things.
Cool.
And I've just built a training on it that I'm going to be announcing in February. So you guys, because you were here tonight, I'm going to give you a little insider trading information here. Nomia is a deal changer.
That's
so
awesome.
So just check it out. I'm not going to tell you any more about it, but if TechSmith made it, you know it's good.
That's for sure. Yep. Awesome. Well, thanks so much. This has been great. I think looks like Jojo purchased as well, so we'll be looking for the bonus link. Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate that. And Mike, we're at the top of the hour, so I think we'll wrap up and let everybody go. And again, I appreciate all the bonuses and all the goodies, and for having me on here. And I hope folks go off and create great video.
All right. Thank you, Lou. Everybody,
so much.
Good night then.
Take care, everybody. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye.